But we have a guest speaker tonight that is full of and vinegar. She is the CEO of EQ, Women Succeed. She's passionate and driven to see women fulfill their dreams, their life purpose. She's of Cuban descent, born in New York, raised in South Florida. She's already got on me several times. That's that blood in her. She's not going to give me a break tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to introduce you to our guest speaker tonight, Ms. Haley Colina.
Tough act to follow. Hi, everybody. I always start with gratitude, so I want to thank all the organizers because putting something like this together takes a lot of work, and they've done really amazing. Next, I always thank my business partner who keeps me on track, takes care of all the details, and if you want to embarrass him, just look back there, he's behind the camera. And next, I want to tell you a little bit about myself so that you understand where I'm coming from, because I don't just talk, I have actually lived what I talk about. So, for me, who am I? Well, I was a 15-year-old high school dropout. I knew it all. I became a teenage mother. I went through 2 divorces, both abusive, both ending, both 2 marriages, both ending in divorces. I decided to go to college after my kids were born, 33. And 8 years later, I became an attorney. And I love riding motorcycles. The moment that I sat on one, I was sold. People told me how many times they were dangerous, don't do this, you know, it's crazy. Do it, do it. You actually have to experience it. Now a little bit about you guys. How many here do not have your endorsements? Okay, how many here do not have your own bike? Right? Riders are a special kind of breed. Okay, and if you haven't, is everybody here ridden? Is there anybody here who has not ridden a bike? Okay, you haven't. You're thinking about it. Okay, it's something that I think only riders can understand, because somehow each and every one of us have been able to dig in deep inside you to try and overcome this fear. And you may not realize it, but the way that you've handled that and the way that you've been able to overcome the fear, you can handle in all the areas of your life. A lot of people will discourage you in so many ways, and you only live once, and you have to live passionately, and you have to live for yourself. And make sure I don't forget anything on here. Okay, if you have any kind of inclination of getting an endorsement, don't sit and wait. Make sure you do it. Don't wait until tomorrow, because we do not know if we have it tomorrow. And I'll explain to you more about that in a minute. If you're thinking about getting a bike, stop thinking about it. I mean, really go and take action. Don't wait until tomorrow. There is something that I call the illumination period. And this is the time when you actually get it. When in the midst of all your fears and your pain, you actually stop and you listen to this tiny little voice inside you that finally screams, enough. Enough whining, complaining, wishing, and hoping. It's time to take action. It's time to do and create your life. Not live for others, or what others tell you. You realize that you're not a victim of whatever your circumstances are. You and you alone are responsible for your life. Your struggles, you embrace them because you learn from them. And they prepare you, make you stronger for all the things ahead. You learn to stop criticizing and judging other people. Instead, embrace them and learn from your differences. You know, when we grow up, we're led to believe that we live in this world and we have to live within these walls. And that's a very limited way to live. You really have to open and explore. Life is full of so many possibilities and adventures. Live it, experience it. Now, make sure I don't get it. Okay? A lot of the way that we view ourselves and the world around us is directly a result of the values, the opinions, the messages that have been fed into us. Like, how much should we weigh? What clothes should we wear? How should we look? what kind of relationship should we be in, what kind of job we should have, et cetera, et cetera. And you're going to start redefining and reassessing who you really are. And you're going to start discarding all these values and opinions that you should maybe, either you outgrew them, or you maybe should never have fallen into, because they're not you. And that's when you start to create the new you, your new amazing life. It's this turning period, this tiny little switch, when you finally wake up. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Has anybody here, remember when you were a teenager, was there any part of you that you weren't satisfied? Maybe you didn't want to wear a bikini because you thought you didn't look good enough, or you didn't do this or that because you thought you couldn't? Anybody experience that? Okay. Okay. Does anybody here now wish you looked like you did when you were a teenager? See, I woulda, coulda, shoulda. Should have just done it. Don't wait. Don't fall into that wasteland of I coulda, woulda, shoulda. Instead, do the hey, I did it. That was awesome, right? That was fabulous. If it wasn't what you wanted, you learned from it, and now you do something else. Okay, so if you have been thinking about getting a bike, do it. Don't wait any longer. And let me ask you another question. And you don't have to answer if you don't want to, I understand. But has anybody here experienced a disease like cancer or something similar to that? Know somebody that has? Okay, well, I just went through an experience like that. Let me tell you, everything that you always hear, the motivations that go do it, you can do it, and all these speeches, they make sense and you hear them and you're all for it, but you gotta feel it in your heart. Because once you walk out of this meeting, that's it. You're not, you don't do anything else, you don't hear it anymore, so you don't take action. When you experience something like that, it is a whole change. You will realize that all the things that, I'm sorry, that all those things that you thought was so important mean nothing. That all the things that you were afraid to try and that you thought that you couldn't do, you were such a fool. Get out there and do it, because you don't know if you have tomorrow. There's no time to waste. You should not waste another second of your life. Really go for it. Sorry about that. Okay, my suggestion to you is, when you go home tonight, go and make a list of all the things that you are grateful for. And then make a list of, and count all your blessings. And then make a list of all the things that you aren't happy with. All the things that you will not tolerate in your life anymore. And then plan and start taking action. Start strategizing how you're going to make it happen. Imagine if you do just one little thing a day. In 1 year, that's 365 actions that you've taken. Can you envision what your life will be like at the end of just 1 year if you start today? Okay? I can't say it enough. I mean, I just can't even find the words right now to tell you how much you really got to go and create your own life. Whatever it is that's not making you happy, don't let months go by, years go by, decades go by. If there's something you want to do, go do it. Don't waste your time. Do me a favor, send me a picture if you get your new bike. Send me an email if you get your endorsement. There's a place back there for you to register. I'll put you on my newsletter. You'll get information on all our events. And thank you so much. Go have a blast out there and go learn as much as you can. Go register, go get a bike. Okay?
Let it fade behind, 'cause all I need to feel is wind rushing by. Got the road below, above me only sky. Take a breath, sweet and slow, as I ride